Hi, I'm Kathy Monroe. I live out here in southern Alberta. Bill was a really well-educated man that loved history, loved traveling. He really wanted to do it all. I think I realized how old I was, but my husband hadn't realized how old we were getting, and that we had lots of time. So 25 years ago, I met an agent named Andrew. My husband said, no, he didn't have time, but I did. I bought the first policy. It's been the best thing I ever did in my life. 14 years ago is when I first started using the policy. My husband fell in the house here and broke his hip. He ended up staying in the hospital for 3 months because he developed MRSA. I didn't even think about the policy. And then one of the agents phoned and I just said, my husband broke his hip and I think it was months before. Does he still qualify? And she said, yes. And she said, did you pick up receipts and stubs? And I did. I think within 2 weeks or 10 days, I had a check. I had a check in my hand. That check was absolutely amazing. At one time, you know, my husband would say, I'm not getting you a life insurance policy. You're gonna remarry, somebody else's problem. You know, like it was always that. And you kind of made a joke of it. We're not old enough. But man, it's crazy not to have one. It's just, I just can't imagine. Because 14 years later, the same thing happens. He broke his other hip. And this time he goes to the hospital and they fix his hip up. But as they're pulling out the tube, he's bleeding. And they went to find out why he's bleeding. And they find he has esophagus cancer. For 4 years, he fought the esophagus cancer. They were ready to say he was cured, and they gave him one more test, and they found it in his lungs. He fought it for 3 years, and he passed away this July.
So I got a phone call from Kathy Monroe that she needed some help with a death claim. Her husband, Bill, had passed away. And she said to me, I love your company. You've always taken good care of us. And thank you so much. I can't thank you enough for calling me.
Melinda did the paperwork and helped me all the way through it. And the check was there. And do you know how far that went? It's made the difference of me living here or having to leave.
I got off the phone with Kathy that day. And I remember sitting at my desk and I just broke down. And I walked out to my kitchen and my husband was there. I think my son was there. I'm like, this is why I do what I do. And I was so emotional. She just really touched my heart. She really did.
To get a policy for AO, it's a must. It's the people that work and the integrity and honesty and of the whole company, everyone I worked with. I didn't have to explain everything over and over. Excellent. I just can't say enough about AO.